Okay, JasherMaccabees here. The topic is games, slaves, and wars. I'm starting to see a similarity or some common threads between those three. A lot of things going on in the world today. When it comes to games people play, there's a lot of games. You got the Super Bowl, you've got football, basketball, baseball. I've never seen coaches on any level tell the other team that they're coaching against, change defenses, sub your players, make an adjustment. No, you're responsible for your team in competition. You make adjustments, you prepare, you're trying to compete to win. I don't care if it's golf. If you go out there and play golf against different guys, hey, you got to use this club. I'm trying to beat you. This guy's trying to beat somebody else. I've never seen that. But I'm starting to see that in the world today. Just sharing a couple of thoughts. Coaches and players on both teams, on opposite teams, don't tell each other what strategies they should and shouldn't do or how to make an adjustment. That doesn't happen. You don't start a fight or a war. You start a fight, it gets in a street fight. You don't start a fight and you're getting multiple licks in. And you're winning. You're dominating the fight. You get 3 or 4 good licks in. And then when the opponent gets some get back, you say, hold on. Let's stop the fight. That's not a fight. That's something that's fixed. That is something's not right. Okay, you ever wonder how some collective countries tell other countries how to handle their wealth, their natural resources, and how to spend their money? Here's some countries that I'm not going to go into detail, but when you talk about, hey, you got to do it this way. I've seen it applied to Africa, Libya. Hey, you can't do that with the gold. You can't do that with the currency. The Congo. I know you have all these resources over here, but there's a better way to do it. We got this. Let's take all that. South Africa. We'll name South Africa. We'll move a bunch of people in here that are not South African. Wow. West Africa. We'll name that Gold Coast, Slave Coast. Yeah, we'll name these areas. Oh, that's Negro land over there. Wow. Venezuela, South America, Canada, just to name a few. All men and all countries should have the autonomy and the sovereignty to make decisions regarding their wealth and the way they want to spend that wealth or decide how they want their countries to move about. But got a question. Does the state of Israel direct America? Just a question. Okay, why is it okay to go to other countries all over the globe just to steal what you want? Oh, I like what's over there. Let's gather up all our stuff and go over there and take that. Just a question. Ask the British Empire. Ask the Catholic Church in Spain. That's exactly what the Catholic Church in Spain did with the Pacific slave trade, the trans-Pacific slave trade, where they went over to enslave people. You have to kidnap people, and the rest is history. For this trans-Pacific slave trade, you gotta ask the Chino slaves. You gotta look that up. Ask the Filipino, Moro, another word for Moors, the Moro people, the Filipino black people. Side fact, did you know the ancient Filipinos were black? Negritos? Just moving on. Okay, a side fact. Another side fact. If you remember Kanye West in the past, he had this black pointed hood outfit, and it caused a stir. People are like, "Wow, did you see this? Did you see?" And my question is, do you think that's evil? Is that an evil outfit with the point? Kind of look like a, if it was white, we know what it would look like. But a black pointed hoodie type outfit, is that evil? Well, here's a question. You should Google Catholic Church, Portugal, black pointed hoods. Is that evil? Same exact outfit, but now it's connected to a church. Wow. Okay, Spain and the Catholic Church created the caste system where light and white is at the top and brown, dark, black is at the bottom. People had a choice to join the Catholic Church or have their status, relegated to what the Negritos over there. Hey, do you want to be like those guys? Or do you want to join the church and we'll give you some benefits? In 1492, white men decided who was indigenous to the Americas and everywhere all over. In 1492, you're an Indian. Okay, well those guys are different. Identifying people, even though you had Negritos in the Philippines, even though you had the Bonaparte murals with dark copper-colored people, and there's evidence today that there were people that were very dark in the Americas, in South America. You even have the El Negro Olmecs, and you even have in Peru the Black Incas. Just moving on. Okay, we were called so-called blacks or Israelites, but we were called so-called blacks, and we were already here in the Americas, evidenced by El Negro Olmec, Bonaparte murals, the Incas, the Negritos in the Philippines. Blacks were already over here. You may say, well, do you have any evidence that, how that happened? Let's go to 1 Kings. 1 Kings, I'm going to give two verses. 1 Kings 10:22. For the king, this is talking about King Solomon. For the king had at sea a navy of Tarshish, with the navy of Chittim. Once in 3 years came the navy of Tarshish, bringing gold and silver, ivory and apes and peacocks. Wow. So if ships were leaving from King Solomon and leaving for years and coming back, they're going over to different places in the world. Okay, let's take a look at another place. Let's go 2 Chronicles 9, one verse. 2 Chronicles 9, verse 21. For the king's ships, and we're talking about King Solomon, for the king's ships went to Tarshish with the servants of Churam. Every 3 years, once came the ships of Tarshish, bringing gold and silver, ivory, and apes and peacocks. Again, that's two different spots where Solomon's sending his ships out. His navy, not around the block, not around Egypt and not around India, but going out for 3 years. Wow. Okay, let's see. Okay, 2 more little side facts. How many Middle Eastern people today have that are black and woolly haired, like the ancient Egyptians, or as is written in Revelation 1:14, Yahusha is going to have woolly hair and it's going to be burnt brass, his skin. Speaking of burnt brass, Google is the last statement. Google Negro King David 1720s. Google that image. Okay, I got 3 songs. First song is Yah's Plan by Eshon Burgundy. Yah's Plan. The second song is 400 Years by Eleyah, Eleyah. Last name Yisrael. Yisrael. Last song is The Conspiracy by Boy Nash. I know I just went this way, I went that way. I'm just throwing out some facts, but I'm just sharing as I'm learning. All praises to the Most High Yah. Thank you.